Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to share with you something a little bit new. I'm going to do a trade of the week. So I'm going to break down one of my best trades of the week on the charts behind me and just give a little insight into what I was doing in the trade. And I'm also going to share with you an update on my small account for the week trading Forex. So stick around. Hey guys, before I dive into the trade of the week, let's just have a little look at my trade records log for the week ending the 27th of November. So I've only traded 3 days this week. I've been trying to get into this new routine where I basically do analysis and observation on a Monday, and then I trade Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then gauge Friday based on my performance. Just to kind of take it slow and steady, because I find that Mondays and Fridays can be a little bit unpredictable from my own historical data. Something that might change, but at the moment I've just mainly been sticking to about 3 days a week day trading. So I traded Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday this week, and here are the records for each individual trade taken those days. If you want some more information on this trade record Excel sheet that I'm using, I do have a copy available to download. It comes in a pack to give with a weekly review as well. It's really useful for reflecting and learning from experiences trading, so I'll include a link below in the description if you want to check that out. But as you can see, I've had quite a lot of trades taken Tuesday, and ironically ended up with quite a big loss on Tuesday, and then I only did one trade Wednesday and one trade Thursday, which gave me 2 nice wins. And as a result, I'm actually ending the week up on my account. So it's £3.90, because if you've been following me, you'll know that I've been using a very small account and I've been focusing more on risk management. So this is the equivalent of me earning just over 1% this week. So it's not brilliant by any means, you know, we're not talking massive figures, but it's green. And at the moment, as a beginner trader, I just want to have green and I want it to be consistent. So I'm very happy with that result. And I feel like it could have been a lot better. As you can probably see, I pushed it on Tuesday, which was a day when I shouldn't have pushed it because I was finding it difficult in the market. And the more that the day progressed, the more I traded. It's almost like the less aware of my emotions I was becoming. So from this experience, I know that I should pretty much have stopped after the second loss. But it's okay. I didn't really break any rules because I had 3 losers in a row, so I stopped, and that is my rule. But it could have been better. The 3rd loser was unnecessary, so I could have reduced the loss on that day a little bit. But these are just the mistakes that I'm still learning from and growing as a beginner. So I'm going to share the biggest winner I had this week, which was taken on the Wednesday, trading the pound to the yen. So I've just used the really cool bar replay tool here with TradingView to go back in time, and so I've set this at the 25th of November, which was the Wednesday I took this trade on. And first of all, just looking here at the 4-hourly chart for pound yen. And I start my analysis on the larger time frame. So here on the 4-hourly chart, I basically was just observing the fact that we had been in this uptrend until we hit this resistance point here. We'd then come down and consolidated a little bit, and we'd come back up, retesting this consolidation area. As we were failing to break above this level on the 4-hourly chart, I then took this as a sign of weakness and signs that there would be a potential trade for a short. So then I dropped down into the hourly chart. Initially, when I looked at this on the hourly chart, it was about sort of 7:45 in the morning, because I was waiting for the 8 o'clock London Open, because that's when most of the volume tends to come in, and that's what I like to use for trading. And I hadn't really made a decision at that point whether I was going to go long or short, because I could see that the overall trend was up, but we'd obviously had this big area of resistance from the 4-hourly. So what I was really watching was to see if we could get over this resistance area. I was then going to look for a retest back down to this resistance to get in, and then look for a long. Or failing that, if we were having clear signs of rejecting this resistance area, I was then going to look for a similar setup where we were moving down, coming back up to retest, and then selling off. So that was my rough plan. And before I actually got into any trade, I was just watching and trying to be patient and see what price action was doing to sort of tell me what was the best course of action to take. Continuing with the top-down analysis, I then had a look onto the 15-minute chart, slowly making my way down to the 1-minute time frame, which is what I like to use for scalping. And I was quite interested in this candlestick, which was the closing quarter to 8 candlestick, because it was quite a nice pin bar rejecting this 4-hourly level, and then we had quite a strong red bearish candle down. So these were quite nice confirmation signs that it was going to be making a move lower. I then dropped down to the 1 minute time frame, where I just sort of plotted a couple of trend lines just to help gauge the movement in price. So this was just marking the gradual uptrend that felt like it was starting to decline in momentum. And then I also just placed a little market structure point here just to mark the highs. And this was around about 8 o'clock when the London session opened. So I'm just going to skip through these candles because I hadn't actually gotten into the trade yet. I was just watching and waiting for some signs. So we came down and we made a bounce off this resistance area, which was marked on the hourly chart. So I was watching this because this might still provide momentum for a move to the upside, and it was still unclear which way price was going to go. And here I was still watching price, but again we were getting this wick rejection, so we weren't breaking the highs. And then for a second time we were starting to break this uptrend wedge. So this is where I was getting quite interested for a trade. And at this point, what I was looking at was taking a short position below this resistance area. So I was looking at getting in roughly around about 62. And I was looking to use a 15 pip stop, so it would be at the top of this move. I was initially looking for a 2% target, so I was going to be risking 1% of my account in order to make 2%. As we had this very strong bearish candle down at 8.14, on the 8.15 candle was when I actually got triggered into the trade. So we had this little push down which activated my sell stop due to the spread. The difference in the spread, there was about 2 or 3 pips, so it was a bit of a wider spread than I would prefer, but I did feel quite confident in this trade, so I just held and watched to see what happened. This was a really nice clear signal here, and looking back at this, I may have been a bit wiser to have waited those extra 2 minutes for this clear signal, because in this 1 minute candlestick pattern here, it's making a very long upper wick that's rejecting the EMAs and also the trend line that we drew out for price. So it was showing that the bears were gaining control of this. And after that, we started to see some strong moves coming down. As price started to drop, when it hit 1%, where I was in profit 15 pips, I then moved my stop loss to break even just to try to manage the risk on my account. And I continued to just watch this trade work out. We consolidated a little bit before we started to drop some more, as I could see that there would be potential for price action to move down to retest this other grey area here, which marks the 4-hourly, the next zone of resistance, or it could even act as support, because remember on the larger time frames we're actually in an uptrend, so I'm just scalping in between the resistance and support levels of the 4-hourly chart. So basically what I was looking at was this grey area here could provide some sort of catalyst for some reaction. So initially when I took this trade, I was looking to make 2%, as I said before, but because I saw that we had potential to reach this resistance level, I then had a look to see what I could gain. And if I looked for 3%, although there was a chance, I was still a bit unsure because I didn't want to expect too much, knowing that we had been in this overall uptrend. So I basically extended my profit target to 2.5%, which is just adding an extra 0.5% onto this. But really trying to allow a winner to run, because I think that it really helps to become profitable overall in your account. And just moving this on a little bit further, we can see that we just had a really nice steady downtrend on this, and around about half an hour after I got into this trade, it actually hit my profit target. So I ended up making 37 pips on this trade. So using my small account, which was around about £340. So I was risking roughly around about £3.40 for this, and I made £7.89 on this trade. So a nice 2.5% on the account. Now again, just to reiterate myself, I know I'm using tiny figures here on my account, but that's basically for me to practice trading with real money. But whilst I am still learning and growing and developing, there's no point me risking lots of money, because I'm either going to win or lose lots of money. I'd rather wait until I can consistently be green, and then I feel like I'm at the right point to actually add to my account and try to make money. But at the moment, I'm not really trying to make money, I'm just practicing, I'm trying to build consistency, and I'm focusing more on the percentage result rather than the currency result. And a 2.5% profit is really nice. And yes, that's £7.89 with my small account of £340. But if I was trading this with an account side of, say, £10,000 and I made 2.5%, then that's 250 quid in just over half an hour. So I feel really good about that. I feel like I'm heading in the right direction with my trading. Just returning to the chart, and I'm just going to skip it on a few more bars just to see what price action did. So we did get this pullback. I feel like I did get out at a good point because we did start to pull back for quite a while. However, if I had set that 3% target and just walked away, eventually it would have just hit that target. So it's just quite interesting to see how price action works, because for this trade I could have set a 3% target and I could have walked away and let it do its thing, and it would have taken a little bit longer, it would have needed more time, but after say 2 hours it would have hit that 3% target. But I'm still happy with 2.5%, it's still green, and green is good. So just jumping onto the weekly review here, I did have that rather large loss on Tuesday, which is quite interesting because I am feeling like there are some negative effects to trading with a small account, because I'm finding that on some days I don't seem to care as much, which sounds really bad. But for example, Tuesday, after my second losing trade, had I had a bigger account and was taking it more seriously, I suppose I probably would have stopped. But my mindset was, oh well, I'm only risking £3, which isn't the right mindset. But it is allowing me to just practice those emotions. That's just the emotional aspect of trading. And I'm thinking about it. Maybe I need to start adding some money to my account soon so that I can add a little bit more pressure, so that I can start to train a little bit harder, train my emotions. Because it's okay me saying I wouldn't have taken that with more money, but I still took it with this account, and I need to practice that discipline. However, I still made those decisions and I did lose £9.86, but then I only took 2 more trades Wednesday, Thursday, and managed to bring it back around. So as a result, I'm up just over 1% on the week. So overall, I feel like it's been a really positive week, and it's a nice way to end November. How have you guys found trading this week? Let me know in the comments below. Meanwhile, if you've enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe below. Have a great weekend, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks guys. Bye.